What's going on YouTube? How's it going? Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, my friends, we are talking about Evolution 3 because of course we are. And we're just going to dive a bit more into the game's radar article that came out when the game launched. Sorry, when the trailer launched a couple of days ago. I just wanted to go over a few little nuggets of information that they dropped in this article because it's gotten me hyped, man. It's got me hyped, and hope you guys are as well. But yeah, I just wanted to go through some of these things that they're talking about because honestly, it sounds like the right step in the right direction, man, and I'm so excited. So, obviously, as we know, the third installment for the game will have new creative tools, and Games Radar goes into a little bit more information on this. So, including the ability to easily manipulate and sculpt the terrain to add the likes of cliffs, waterfalls, and landscape to the environment to create tiers for your park. With the tools created for newcomers and more experienced players alike, the new features have also been added to the creation of buildings and structures. Great. This is honestly what I was looking for in this third game. I wanted it to be more like Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster, all of that tier of customization, and honestly, it sounds like they've listened to our feedback and have just nailed it. You know, the ability to change the terrain, the landscape is something that really needed to happen in this game, because for Evolution 2 and Evolution 1, you know, you could have the aquatic, the aviary, whatever, but the main base of the parks were always, you know, ground level. You know, you could never, like, I don't know, put a Dilophosaurus enclosure at the height of Mount Everest, you know? So yeah, so maybe when Evolution 3 comes out, we'll do a park that is like building a park at the height of Mount Everest. Yes, I can't wait. It's going to be so great. So yeah, so they're obviously changing the way that we customize these parks. You know, being able to edit the buildings when you place them down. You can scale different items. You know, you can make a giant Velociraptor statue, for example. And honestly, it's just the next step, man, and it's the right step for sure, because it just allows that extra level of creativity and focus on our parks that we couldn't do in the previous two games. I just hope any sort of constraints aren't in this game. If I see the word terrain constraints, I think I might throw my computer out the window. I'm just letting you know. So yeah, so if you're looking to get more creative, you can now customize and change each individual piece of a building, such as walls, ceilings, windows, and more, and change up its angle, scale, and coloring. But if you're just looking to get stuck into the management side of your park, you don't particularly enjoy the creative aspects, you can also quickly set down a pre-made building to get stuck into with ease, which, you know, there's something for everyone. Yeah, don't get me wrong, there are times where I just want to plop down a pre-built building and move on, but then there's also times that I want to spend a little bit more time just twisting things and editing things the way that I want them to look, and just spending that extra time, you know? Not unlike games of past, you can also expect to put your management skills to the test as you try to build your own park, ensure your dinosaurs are comfortable, fed, and well looked after. And most importantly, that the fences have a good power source so no aggressive dinosaurs may make a break for it and wreak havoc. Nothing new there, that is just a Jurassic Sim, full stop. With a more naturalistic approach, you can still place down fences, but this time around you also be able to make your enclosures using the terrain manipulation tools to create surfaces that cut off areas, for different dinosaur breeds. Now this is really interesting. So we can use the terrain to basically build enclosures, which honestly I'm all about, you know, creating a moat around an enclosure maybe, and have super deep water, for example, to stop a dinosaur running across a path. Is that going to be a potential? I don't know. I'm really interested to see what that looks like, because I think we can have some pretty great, you know, decisions on how these parks look. You know, you could have like a massive mountain range at the back, then it feeds around into a low tier fence. And honestly, it just sounds great, man. So Evolution 2 had a variety of different modes, including a sandbox mode and chaos theory. Evolution 3, the campaign mode, is all we know so far, but we're keeping our eyes peeled, blah, blah, blah. So on Evolution 3's website, they have confirmed that challenge mode and sandbox mode is coming back. Sandbox mode is sandbox mode, and challenge mode is challenge mode. You know, there's nothing really new there. I don't think. You know, challenge mode is the bane of my life. No, challenge mode is great, and something that I really hope they do with this game is the financial penalties that really made challenge mode a bit of a slog. Are a bit toned back. You know, I think they need to calm down with the financial challenges that challenge mode had, especially in Evolution 2, and have it more on, you know, managing the dinosaurs and managing the guest sort of feelings towards your park, rather than just being penalized because Cabot has decided to buy a new kitchen, you know. But yeah, so challenge mode, sandbox mode, both coming back, and obviously campaign. If you missed my campaign video that I've just done, link down in the description or on screen somewhere. But yeah, honestly, the way that they're talking about how we can manipulate the terrain and really have great customization in this game is honestly a huge plus. You know, we saw it in the most recent gameplay trailer, some of the things that we can do with customization, and I'm just excited for this, man. I think it's going to be a real great enhancement to Evolution 2, and I think it's going to be a worthy successor and probably a nice cap off to the Evolution trilogy. You know, are we ever going to see an Evolution 4, or is Evolution 3 going to be the game that we now just focus on and update? You know, I think we probably will see an Evolution 4 at some point, but we're not talking about that right now. But Evolution 3, I think, will be with us for a long time, because they're setting the game how we want it to be set. You know, I think we're going to have the aviaries, we're going to have the aquatic spaces, we're going to have the ability to edit our parks and customize them exactly how we want them. I just hope that the level of customization isn't hindered by terrain constraints, building constraints, whatever, that we've obviously seen in the past. So honestly, it's going to be very interesting to see how this game develops, and I hope you guys are excited, because I just want more details on this game. You know, every day I'm just looking at Twitter being like, oh my goodness, has Evolution tweeted? They haven't, and every single time I cry. But yeah, I'm just excited to just learn more about this game, and hopefully at some point we'll get a deep dive into the gameplay, just so we can, you know, we can see how this game runs. But for now, we only have articles and websites to go off of. But I'm excited. Hope you guys are as well. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. More Evolution 3 coming very, very soon. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. What sort of stuff have they not shown that they need to show to either get you on board if you're kind of on the fence, or that will really sell you on this game and just make you like super, super hyped? Let me know. But until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.